Hello YouTube! Today we're going to do a little maintenance video on your water heater. So I'm telling you, we're doing the yearly maintenance on the Atwood water heater because they get all this crud built up in them, right? Lime scale and all kinds of things. And then this is a sacrificial anode.
A sacrificial anode.
Yes, it's there to prevent the water heater from being destroyed.
So it sacrifices itself.
Yes. It's honorable like that.
It's an honorable system.
But you also want to check this. This is your safety, right?
Okay.
Well, if it gets too hot, it'll see that.
All right.
See there?
Oh, if it gets too hot, it will.
Then it'll open itself up.
It excrete water.
But it'll excrete steam and water. Because if it gets, this is basically a pipe bomb. If you don't have some relief on it, because you got the water that heats up, expands, gets more pressure than regular water. So that's working fine.
So it's working fine. That's why you pulled it out.
Yeah, I was testing it, and I've already turned the water off and the water heater's been off for a little while, so we know we're not going to get scalded here, right? And you just loosen this up. This is kind of a bad way to. Whoever put this plug in, I don't think that it's even got an anode on it anymore. So
Try to be helpful.
you basically you take this out.
So
and the way these things work, this has got electric and gas on them. So both the electric and the gas are both turned off. But there's
the electric and the gas are turned off?
Yes, to this.
How do you know the electric is turned off? I mean, because you turned it off.
The switch that we turn on for the water heater is off.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
That means it won't call for any household current.
Okay. I just didn't remember you switching off anything like a breaker or anything.
Right. So this should not come spewing out. It's going to drain out.
Okay.
Just like a cooler. If you take a cooler apart, it's going to do that. And like I said, this looks like a plug. It does not look like an anode to me. And the anodes are cheap. Get it done.
It was only $5, wasn't it?
$5. Look at that crud. You see that? Get up there.
Yep,
Get up there close. See the white stuff coming out? That's the stuff we're going to flush out. Look, no
anode. Okay. So you do this how often?
Once a year. Once a year. If you're in some really bad water or something like that, you want to do it a little more often.
Okay.
6 months to a year.
All right.
And the anode rods are $5 for 2 of them, something like that. So this is the original water heater, and clearly it's in good shape.
It's amazing.
Yep.
The quality.
This is the little package that the anode rods come in.
Okay. And you got 2 anode rods.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. There's anode and cathode.
What's the difference between the 2?
One gives, the other receives.
Oh, sounds like a familiar relationship.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I just thought that was a chance to
Are you trying to call me an anode? Cathode?
If you're calling me a cathode, I don't know what the difference is. Did I want to drop it?
It would be easier, right, if I was not an old man and blind. But look here, I'll show you a little secret.
Okay.
A trick. If you put this on the wrong way, it's going to come loose, and it won't work, right? So what I do is you take this bolt here. To tighten it in, you got to turn it this direction.
Turn it
to the right.
To the right.
And you see how that's how you put your tape on.
Okay.
That way it does not come off when you go to put the thing in.
Okay.
And then I will put a link to those in the video description, right? And then I've also got this that I purchased.
What is that?
This is just it's a wand for cleaning stuff. It's supposed to have a little higher pressure. So basically it's a spray like this, right?
Nice, yeah.
Well, but we don't want that to do that. Because you can imagine this is an enclosed little space here, right? Inside there is just a little tank, like an air tank, right? And so all the crud that didn't come out originally at the very beginning, we're going to try to wash it out.
Okay.
And this is what 10 gallons of water looks like coming out of a tiny little hole. Yeah, you can speed it up a little bit too by doing that. See?
What's the vacuum? What?
They released the vacuum. It's like a vacuum brake.
Okay.
You have to have air to follow water all the time in all plumbing, or else it will chug like that. So that just will speed it up a little.
Oh my gosh.
I know you didn't just drop my tools again.
I see it all in my pocket.
You seen that little spray that it did, right?
Yeah.
And this is, see that?
Bi-directional.
Yes, it does that so that you can basically sweep out all the extra crud that's in there. Any rust, calcium deposits, that sort of thing.
Kind of like the water tank.
Okay. Take your word for that. But this already is going to, spew out quite a bit of this stuff. But if you put that in there and see how it's, see what's coming out of there?
Yeah.
By spraying that around.
So that's a good thing to do, clean out your water.
Absolutely.
Here. Holy, that's
It's bad, ain't it?
oh my gosh, yes.
This is also.
Is that the first time we've done it since we bought the RV?
Yep. It is. You see why it needed done?
Gosh, yeah. So is there some kind of clue that would let you know that you need to do this before? I mean, like, would you?
You just
have
need to
any
do it. This
problems?
is part of preventive maintenance.
Preventive.
If you're having a problem, it's way past that with this, right? This is lime scale and stuff like that. Like I said, and it'll build up, or it could build up to the point that it's gonna block your valves and such. But it's pretty unlikely that it would. See, you can even block that in there a little bit because water pressure, force is what's going to remove this stuff. Right. So you want it to get good and stirred up inside there, and then let the volume of water flush it out like that.
Okay. So what kind of tool is that? And
this is
how
just
much
a
was
wand. It was like $6. And I bought it because of when you take the tip off, you get that spray coming out stronger on both sides.
Okay.
And I bought it just for this purpose. Now there's this would be nice if this was not here, but I really like it being metal because some of these are plastic and it's basically like a straw that sticks in there, right? So, I mean, it'll go back in farther, but it doesn't have that much pressure. So it's kind of like, which one's better? See how it's pushing that crud out in this little spot? You see how we're getting wet?
Yeah, it's wet there.
So that's what it's doing inside there too. It's just pushing that crud around, getting rid of it. Let's see, you want to just move it a lot? What else we can do here, I'll show you. Is just take this off. And then it'll be like the other ones, right? So that you can stick it in there. Yep. Not that going deeper is all that beneficial because you can imagine a cup of this crud and lime scale, right? Where's it going to be?
What, I'm sorry.
Where's the lime scale going to be? It's going to sink to the bottom, right? So sticking it way up in there is not going to be any more beneficial. It's what you want is you want it to be contacting the bottom and stirring up the bottom. That's why this one is a nice version for it. It's not high pressure, it's not turned backwards, it's just enough to, get anything you might have missed with the other. And you see it's starting to run clear. That's what we're aiming at. Make sure to turn everything off. You don't want to be in here because if you have your power on while all the water's out of this thing, right, then you can burn up those heating elements.
Oh wow.
Right. The gas.
How much are the heating elements if they go out? Is it?
electric turned off, gas turned off, water turned off, because anything that you take out of this refills automatically. You know, you can have valves on the back side of them, but you know, ours is in a bottom of the closet, and it's kind of hard to get to. You can, but it's this is easier. Just turn the water off. Be done with it. So we are nearly done.
So what is this?
That's a heat shield. That's your exhaust. Your flame goes in here to heat up the tank. It's got a tube in there, and it comes out here. So all the heat going through that tube comes out right here, and then when you close this up, it comes out of this.
That's why it says hot in there. Okay.
Absolutely. That's your your gas version of it.
Okay. And then these wires here.
That's just the controls for it. This is the lighter. This thing right here is the automatic ignition. For once the gas runs through and it checks itself for safety, it clicks that and it sparks and turns it on. And back here behind this is where your electric water heater element is.
Okay.
So this board controls both of those things. This is it. Now, these things are super handy. It keeps your tank intact, right? Now, clearly, this has been used before. So whoever did this last got lazy, right?
Okay.
And so these will be eaten away and your tank will remain intact. So next time that we do this, we will show you guys what it looks like, the difference between an old one and a new one. Now this, you don't want to over tighten it either. The seal will come from the Teflon tape, right? So you just want to get it snug. Okay, I'm calling that snug. Here, I want to turn the water back on. This will start filling up automatically because there's a big void of air in here. And this is also for anybody that's going to winterize their RVs. If you take this out, that will get rid of all your water. I know you can put antifreeze stuff in there, but if you get rid of this, you'll have less worry about. This is the expensive part, the water heater. So if you get rid of all the water, do your maintenance, don't turn your water back on, that can be a good way to winterize as well. Okay, the water is hooked back up. Come over here.
Okay.
We should be able to hear the water. It was quiet. But it's filling up right now.
Anyway.
And you can open this up. Hear the air hissing.
Yeah.
That's the displacement of that air by the water.
Okay.
So you open it up.
That's another way to know it's filling too.
You'll know it's full when it starts coming out of here.
Okay.
Right, so you see no leak here. That's perfectly intact.
Good.
And then we will wait here until this starts flowing. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
No, none.
If anybody at home has any questions, comments, let us know.
See the Louisiana state bird right there.
Yep.
Those things that eat
Did we tell you
alive.
that Charlotte got stung by a bee? You probably know. You've probably heard. She's told everybody that she got stung by a bee the other day.
Oh, I've had the worst time with the insects. First, fire ants. Then,
Yeah, all here.
probably 100 mosquito bites.
What you're
And now,
doing.
the yellow jacket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a decent little place, though.
It is. It's a nice little campground. Oh, yep.
And you hear the
I
hissing
heard
difference?
it hiss. Yeah. And is that leaking a little bit because it's full?
It's open.
It's open.
Yes, it's getting to be full.
Okay. So
You'll see when it's full.
when it's full, will it
I don't
add
want
a
to.
lot?
Well, it's not open a whole lot, so
Okay.
it's going to be a steady stream. I'm keeping this out so that it doesn't go into there. Not that it would matter, but that's where the propane version goes.
Okay.
See,
And we are
that
done.
is it for 6 months.
Oh.
This one has the
thought
label
it
on
said
it.
annual.
This is the manufacturer date. Well, yeah, I want to try it again 6 months, make sure that this anode's doing well.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have anything to go by this time, so we'll do it again in 6 months. Probably won't record it, but I'll do it.
Right,
again
and
in
then
6
we'll
months.
do it annually.
Yes. You did say annually, right?
Annually.
All right, yeah.
Why did you say annually?
The guys will know.
Oh, okay.
This thing, we go through it every year too. This is the furnace. Always do that because we're living in ours, so we got to have the furnace in the winter time.
So are you going to do a winterizing video?
No,
next
this is
time?
just one issue here. I'll probably do it next season. There's not a lot to do except clean it up and make sure everything's good connections and stuff. There's not like a part you got to replace every time or anything like that.
Right. Well, I think that concludes
It does.
this week's video.
It does. And the only thing left is the God bless you all.
And
And-
like and subscribe.
And like and subscribe, yeah.
Yeah.
And we will see you again next week. Sit, Luna, sit. Good dog.